Hello everyone, and welcome back to DET Coach's Beginner's Guide to the Duolingo English Test. In the previous lesson, we learned a template for narrative initial responses. In this lesson, we'll learn a template for evaluative initial responses. When you see phrases such as, which approach is better, more useful, effective, or evaluate, the prompt is asking you to judge a choice or approach. Evaluation is not simply a matter of stating what you prefer. Begin with a clear conclusion, then support it with evaluation criteria, reasons, and examples. First, look at the prompt. Some people prefer to learn practical skills through short workshops, while others prefer longer courses. Which approach is better for adult learners? Explain your view. The prompt asks you to compare short workshops with longer courses and decide which is better for adult learners. We will choose short workshops. Our main criteria are flexibility and immediate application. Short workshops are easier to fit into adults' schedules, and the skills can be used right away. These two criteria reflect the practical circumstances of adult learners. They often have to balance work and family responsibilities, so a learning option must be easy to fit into their schedules and able to produce results quickly. The first sentence uses overall to state your choice and main criteria directly. Next, use the first reason is practical to explain why your first reason matters in practice. Then use it also provides, and for example, to add a second advantage and a specific example. Finally, use admittedly to acknowledge a limitation or explain when the other option may be more suitable, then use even so to maintain your conclusion. When choosing between two options, write the more effective choice. When the prompt asks you to evaluate only one approach, you can write an effective choice. The subject short workshops is plural, so use are. If the subject is the singular phrase, a short workshop, use is. First, complete the first half of the response. Overall, short workshops are the more effective choice because this approach offers a better balance of flexibility and immediate application. This sentence selects short workshops and gives two criteria, flexibility and immediate application. Next, add the first reason. The first reason is practical. A focused session requires only a limited time commitment, so adults can fit it around employment and family responsibilities. This matters because a useful approach should work under real conditions, not only in theory. The phrase limited time commitment explains why workshops are more flexible and so connects this feature to the realities of adult schedules. The second advantage is faster, more targeted feedback. It also provides rapid, targeted feedback. For example, a weekend home repair workshop could demonstrate how to replace a tap washer, supervise each learner's attempt, and correct unsafe techniques on the spot. This example presents a specific skill, supervised practice, and immediate correction, so it directly supports immediate application and targeted feedback. Next, acknowledge when a longer course may be appropriate. Admittedly, a longer course may be better for complex subjects that demand cumulative practice. Even so, this approach remains a strong choice for the situation described because its main benefits are both relevant and achievable. The concession makes the evaluation more balanced, while the final conclusion remains clear. If the prompt does not ask you to compare two options, the sentence beginning with admittedly can describe an implementation constraint instead. You can also leave it out and use the space for a more relevant example. Finally, check is and are subject-verb agreement, spelling, and punctuation. Evaluative responses usually use the simple present tense. Do not change your position at the end. Prioritize language errors you can spot and fix immediately. In the next lesson, we'll learn a template for persuasive initial responses in interactive writing. I'll see you in the next lesson.